Hey, everyone. Thank you guys for jumping on tonight. I didn't mean to start yelling as soon as I pressed record. I got really loud, sorry. But I'm so glad that Tamara opened this up for us to be able to do this power hour together. And you guys had a couple tough acts to follow. Myself, Emily did an amazing job a couple of weeks ago. A couple of days ago, and then Jessica Heffley was the one just before this. So if you have not caught those two, definitely make sure go back and catch those recordings because each one was very different, and I chose some things for us to do tonight that will also be very different because IPA is not just about recruiting. It's not just about posting on Facebook. IPA has a lot to do with retention as well as recruiting, and you need both to grow in this business. And so we're going to go over a few things tonight. Some of you are newer and you may not have a lot of this stuff in your back office yet, but I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying and what I'm doing when I'm saying something, because these are things that you need to have on your radar to do as your team grows. And the more of these retention things that you can kind of tackle when you have 1 or 3 or 7 people on your team, when you have 400 people on your team, you're going to get used to that and have this settled system in your mind that makes sense to you. So it doesn't matter how small or how large your team is, these thoughts and this whole retention side of things is important as well. And I also want to remind you that especially on months like this, recruiting is not the only way to grow your points and to reach your goals, even to earn incentives like this. You have customers that can upgrade and get a better price for themselves, right? They could save a whole lot of money if they're placing qualifying orders basically anyway every month. And you also have people, if you've been doing this long enough, you know there are people that have fallen off the wagon for any number of reasons. That their time may be coming back around and they may want to jump back in. And so throughout your journey, this balance of retaining and recruiting and revisiting people is important to kind of just have in your mind. It's not always just about going out and collecting new strangers. It's not always about relying on the people that you have and never talking to new people. It is this beautiful balance of loving who God gives you, loving people as they leave and knowing that it may not be for forever, and also opening your heart to loving new people as they come in. Okay, so let's get going. I do want to preface with this. If you are newer, let's say you're silver and below, and maybe you're just starting this month, so you don't even have people on subscription orders or earning perks yet. This is a time where I am so proud of you for being on a call like this, on a power hour, here specifically to set aside time to work your business. And I want to give you a few things that you can be doing in this time to make sure that it's fruitful for you as you're paying attention to things that you'll be able to do in the future. So if you are new, I want you to make a list of 20 people that just pop into your mind that you can go and intentionally engage on Facebook. Okay, I don't mean go scroll Facebook while we're doing other things. I'm saying go specifically, make a list, go to those people and comment on some of their pictures, like some of their stuff and say, oh my gosh, that is so cute. Ooh, this recipe looks really good. Intentional engagement is how you are going to build your following to get people to see your stuff in order for you to have conversations down the road, okay? So that is super important. If you are in conversations already, follow up with those people. You now have 30 minutes blocked out where you can have a conversation, hopefully, and uninterrupted. So follow up with some people. You guys have so many great things on the table to be able to do with that this month. And of course, I hope that you have a list of maybe 64 or a million or even just 10 people that you are hoping to reach out to. And I want to encourage you to do some of those first contact message and reach outs tonight. We have 10 days left in this month and so many cash bonuses on the table, but also just a fun and momentous time in our business right now that we have been given in order for you to jumpstart your business. So those are a few things you can be working on as we are going through things you may not be able to tap into quite yet. for the rest of us. These are things that may not come up in your every single day daily IPA, but are things that we need to be continually thinking about. Again, making sure that we're looking at retaining along with recruiting and along with training our teams, right? And the first thing I want us to look at, if you are not used to doing so, is your perks report. I am not about to sit on here and train you on how to look at your perks report, because there are far better videos and trainings that you can look at than we can cover in the next 5 minutes. But at least go into your back office, and I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. Go into your back office, locate your perks report. If you have questions about how to do that, do so in the chat. And I want you to find anyone whose perks are on that countdown. If they have a 3, 2, or 1 on there, that means they're about to lose their perks. They have a number of perks that they're about to lose, and it's going to be your job in the next 5 minutes, and if you run out of time later tonight, to be able to reach out to them and just let them know, hey, you're about to lose a bunch of perks that you could be cashing in. So I'm going to put some verbiage here and set a timer. Go find your perks report. Find those people who potentially are losing their perks. If you don't have anyone, go in your back office and familiarize yourself with these perks reports and program, and you will love taking care of that on a daily to semi-daily basis as people are earning them. All right, go for it. All right, I just dropped a sample message into the chat. And remember, you guys, I said this before a lot of other people jumped on. People don't want to hear from me. So if this doesn't sound like something you would say or how you talk, make it sound like yourself. But this is just some examples of some of the things to touch on. Anytime you can send a voice message, for sure the better. Voice messages let people hear your heart, and they are not scary. It's just like talking to a friend. For those of you just jumping on, we are just looking at our perks report and double checking and making sure if someone is about to lose their perks, and there's a sample message in the chat you can use. We've got about 3 more minutes. Okay, for those of you who are watching playback, obviously you cannot see the chat. So I'm just going to read out a sample message that I would send to someone, probably in a voice memo, but for sure can send in a text if they are at risk of losing their perks report. Their perk points. Let me get... Okay, hey, Jesse, I just saw that you canceled your Plexus subscription. I just wanted to make sure you were aware of the 250 perks that you had that you could turn in for a free product in just a month or 2. You still have 1, 2, or 3 days to fix it so you don't lose them. I'm so excited about this rewards program and wanted to make sure you didn't miss out on the free products just for staying consistent. What are you currently taking now? Remember, anytime you're sending a message, you want to end in a question so you can continue that conversation. And you want to know if the reason they canceled their subscription is because they have a whole bunch of stuff sitting at their house, or because their current products are not working. So getting into conversation will be super helpful for you in that part. All right, just another 30 seconds or so, and then we're just going to move on. And you guys, if you have some more people to message, just write this down, that this is a task that you can complete when this power half hour is over, and something that you can be looking forward to doing all the time. People do not like losing their perks once they figure out that they have them and that they can redeem them for free product. And this is a great way for you to retain the points and the people that you have. All right, the next thing we're going to look at doing is, some of you may have gotten some emails, probably if you've been with Plexus a year or more, every once and again, after a customer has been gone for a little while and hasn't ordered, or an ambassador has been gone for a little while, hasn't ordered, Plexus will send out an email saying, hey, these few people in your team are eligible for a 15% discount if they order next week, or you know, if they order this month, they can use this specific code to them. So sometimes we look at that and we'll just scroll past, oh great, hopefully they get their email and wonderful. Well, no, we want to follow up with those specific people and let them know how special they are and help them make a decision to order products using their special discount, right? So some of you may not have been around long enough or had enough people drop off yet to have that email, and that's fine. You can be continuing perks report stuff, or again, intentionally engaging on Facebook, doing your follow-ups, or sending new messages. So I have a sample message here. This is what I would send to one of those people, whether it's a customer or an ambassador. Of course, this month, if it's a customer, you want to talk to them about upgrading, right? Getting a welcome pack. But sending to, in response to that email, hey, Bethany, did you see the fun surprise in your email? Emoji. I just got notified in case you missed it. Plexus is offering you blank % off of your next order. How awesome is that? They only choose a handful of people. Do you have anything you've been wanting to try? Because if they're getting this, they ain't on anything right now because they have not been around for a little bit. And so again, always ending with a question, and I'm going to drop that here in the chat. So if you've got one of those emails, go back and look. Why can I not?
Well, why don't you get your teeth brushed, Plugs? Tomorrow you can contact.
If you did not get any of those emails, that's totally fine. Now you'll know to look out for those in the future, and be so thankful that Plexus does this kind of stuff for us to help us with our retention. Oh no, I just sent that to myself privately. Y'all, what is happening? All right, let's do that for about 3 minutes, because even as large as our team is, I only got like a handful of those. And so there's probably only a few of you that got multiple of those ones. So we'll take about 3 minutes to do that. And if you don't have that to do, continue making lists of people that you're going to be reaching out to this month about specials and who you're intentionally engaging with on Facebook or Instagram. This is another time where you can mention Plexus perks, because if this is someone who has been off the wagon for a little while, they may not even know that the perks program is a thing, and telling them that if they get back on the horse and they're ordering their products, they're actually going to be earning free stuff. So that's always helpful too. If you have any questions, please make sure you use the chat. If you're new to Zoom, it's at the bottom of your screen, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. All right, just another minute or so. So no, just maybe a few of you are still working on that. All right, for everyone else, if you're not still working on that part, I would love for you to go into your back office, or if you're new, you may be able to think off the top of your head, and we're gonna look at our customers this time. Something that is really exciting, obviously, we love signing ambassadors because that is how we grow our team and how we earn all of our pay points and all that stuff, but some people are better off as customers first. Maybe at the beginning they just wanted to try one or two products, and so we're going to make sure they're in that funnel, right, as a preferred customer doing a subscription, subscribe and save, and not as a wholesaler. But sometimes those customers become really faithful at ordering their products. And while yes, they can get a deep discount if they keep going and keep ordering, they get another 10% off. It is still so much more beneficial for someone who is going to be ordering 100 PV or more of product every month to be an ambassador. They are earning money back off of their purchases if it's over 100 PV. They're getting a deeper discount, and now they get to earn perks. So if you have faithful customers who are ordering enough products that they would qualify as an ambassador, right now they can upgrade for $10. And even if it wasn't this month with the $10 special, it would still be so worth it for a person like that to upgrade for $40. So this is still something you could do on a regular basis. If you look and you're like, man, Rebecca just totally orders like 150 PV every month. I know she didn't want to be an ambassador in the beginning, but it's worth it to reach out now and say, hey girl, you're missing out on a lot of benefits. So I have a simple message here I'm going to copy into here again, but basically just wanting to reach out to them, letting them know that you appreciate them. You're so glad they're loving their products. Sending a voice message would be really great because this is obviously someone who already has trusted you with their journey, and say, I think now would be a really great time to make sure you're tapping into all of the benefits. You're ordering enough to be qualified to get that deeper discount, earn money back, and earn credits toward free product. Let's do this. It's only $10 this month. Isn't that crazy? I did this with a girl this month of mine, and she is saving like $30 a month on her order. That's without the perks and without also getting paid back for her stuff. And so she wasn't realizing how much she was actually going to be getting in return. So let me throw this in the chat and go check your customers and see if there's anyone who's ordering over 100 PV monthly or at least semi-regularly, and it would be worth it for you to text them. I can't do two things at once, so I can't talk and do this. So for those of you watching playback, this in the chat says, hey, Rebecca, have you seen me posting about the crazy discount on Wholesome membership right now? I wanted to let you know that you are eligible to upgrade for only $10. You also will be eligible to pick a welcome pack for a massive discount. Your normal monthly order is enough to qualify you each month to earn cash back and credits toward free product. Plus, it'll be at a cheaper rate than you're already getting now. So something like that. You can make it and tweak it for yourself. Let's take a few minutes and do that. And we've got just a couple more things we'll do tonight. Okay, next little part is actually going to be twofold because if you are newer, you are going to do this first thing that I just put into the chat. Any level 1 that you have signed since January that is not currently participating in bonuses or sharing or trying to go silver with all of these new bonuses, I want you to send something like this to them, because a lot of the people we sign are not checking our team pages, and if we're not, you know, kind of forwarding this information to them, they may not even know that there are extra bonuses this month. So I would say something like, hey, did you see all the bonuses on the table this month for having people do this with you, question mark? I'd love to help you earn some of these. Would you like me to help you make a post so we can see who's looking for something like this? Really short and sweet, ultimately wanting to help them make what we would call on our team a shout out post, or if they are loving their products and have seen great results, help them share their story. Even if it's not a crazy before and after, like, people are dealing with this stuff, so encourage them to share something and just see who bites back, right? And we're going to help them conversate off of that. But reach out, start that conversation with any level 1 since January. And likewise, if you have a team, you've been around for a little bit longer, I also want you to look in your back office or think about people who have been gone and not ordered products from you in over a year. And when you look at your back office, you can see that their annual fee has not been paid in over 6 months. Those people are eligible to be cleared from the system, which can be done via the help center. There's a form online that you can actually do that yourself. You don't have to call in customer service. If they have not ordered in a year and their annual fee is 6 months past due, they can be cleared from the system and sign up brand new. That means someone who over a year ago quit because of finances or because they were sad because they got pregnant and had to stop their products because they didn't understand, they might be at a different place of life now. So this is something I'm not going to give you verbiage for, but if you have someone in that place, I want you to voice message them and say, hey, I just wanted to check back in with you because you actually would be eligible to restart. And we have insane discounts, and I see that you're dealing with X, Y, and Z. This is where you're going to be an investigator and know what's going on with their life. But reach out to them authentically and let them know that they could restart on a new regimen, try new products with a new 60-day money-back guarantee with these crazy discounts. So let's take the last couple of minutes to do that. And then before we jump off, we're all going to do an exercise together before we leave for the night. So either reaching out to your new level 1s that you have had joined since January, or reaching out to inactives or reaching out to inactives that have been gone for a really long time that might could restart. Megan, you just asked how we run that report for the inactives. Honestly, it's just in your regular rundown. You can sort by join date or annual fee, and ultimately just kind of knowing who's been around and being able to click on their name and check when their last order was is how you would like verify that they have not ordered in over a year. I don't think there's a specific report that you can run that will tell you that. All right. If you are not done with those things, put a pin in it for just a minute and you can get right back to it, or put that on your to-do list for tomorrow if you are headed to bed. I know some of us Eastern folks might be headed to bed soon after this. But again, I want to thank you guys for jumping on tonight. And I want to do one last thing with you. Something that has made a really big difference for me in productivity and waking up with purpose to work my business is brain dumping and setting my intentions, not only for the week, but also for the next day. If I know that I'm going to, on Sundays, we kind of look ahead, and when life is normal and we have things going on, I'm scheduling in time when I'm going to either go to the coffee shop to work, or wake up early, or work during, my kids don't nap, but at some point during the day, whether it's after bedtime or whatever. I'm looking at my week, figuring out when those times are. And then the night before those days are happening, just like tonight, I'm saying, okay, so tomorrow I have 30 minutes. Tomorrow I have 2 hours. Tomorrow you might have 12 hours because like nobody doing anything right now. That time will slip away from you if you do not allocate what you're going to do in that time. And I'm not just saying work Plexus, because I have been doing this for 5 years. And when I do that, I sit down, even as an Emerald, and look and say, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. I could do all of these things. And then I end up doing none of them. So right now, and maybe for the next 15 minutes, after we're off the Zoom, I want you to just take a blank sheet of paper and brain dump. If you want to learn more about brain dumping, Mel Robbins, YouTube Brain Dump. She's awesome. She was at convention last year. But basically, so many of us carry so many things that we want to do, that we know we should do, that we didn't do, that those people do, right up here. And what does that ultimately do? Keep you from actually doing what you need to do, because we're constantly trying not to forget things. So brain dump everything, whether it's tomorrow I'm supposed to make a craft, tomorrow I'm supposed to do this month I would love to do this, I'm trying to do this. It doesn't even matter what's on the brain dump. It's literally anything that's in your brain. You just take it out. And the beauty of this is then you have it written down. You don't have to keep trying to remember everything. And so then what you're able to do is prioritize those things, right? So then tomorrow, oh, I forgot I wanted to do that. I'm going to try and get blank, 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 and blank done tomorrow. And I'm going to do this one in the morning as soon as I wake up. So you're allocating specific things for specific times. If you're putting in power hours into your week, you guys, you need to know what activities you're going to be doing in those power hours. There are so many great trainings on this. Jessica Heffley talks about this a lot. There's probably a great podcast that she's already written about it, but setting your intentions, time blocking. I know Brooke Hemingway has a great training on time blocking. I really want to encourage you guys to do this, and wanted to end the night with this because guess what? It's Monday night. We have the whole week ahead of us. We have 10 days left of this month, and you have not only the rest of tonight to get yourself organized and set up and finish doing what you're doing on this call, but you are going to wake up with a brand new day full of time tomorrow. And it doesn't matter how many kids you have or what you've got going on, if you're essential and working or if you're at home bored to death. We've all got 24 hours in each day, and I promise you, you can do this if you are intentional about prioritizing your activity and your time. So I hope that you have had some great time to work on some different IPAs tonight. And I hope if you're new that you can see that this is more than just posting on Facebook. This is ultimately a business where we get to take care of people and love people that God has given to us. As well as learning and developing skills that are going to bring new people in to change their lives. This is a relationship and a people business, and even when people give up on themselves, we don't have to give up on them, and we can be there for when their season comes back around. And I hope that you can do some of that in the future, but ultimately go after your goals this month. If that means sending 100 new messages, go do it. There's cash on the table for each of you, and this year is not over. So I hope that you guys have a great rest of your evening, brain dumping and setting your intentions, and an incredible rest of April. This has been an awesome month, and it's not over yet. Good night, you guys.